It's Madden NFL 24. And at center stage, it's the Raiders' superstar linebacker. He put up numbers last week with a 9-tackle performance. It's the Raiders and the Panthers on Sunday night primetime.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium, opened back in 2020. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they've been cooking these last couple months, winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
And off we go from Las Vegas. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Morgan to throw. Quick hitter, and right away he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's got some space here. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
The trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Point after try forthcoming. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther 1st down. Set to throw is Morgan. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. So first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, They're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So here are the Raiders now with great starting field position. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They go play action here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Back to throw. Spicer. It's caught by Jackson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And while you can't actually see confidence rising in a unit, you feel like you can. And when you look at this team, you definitely think that it is, because anytime you can tell your offense, just get us a couple of touchdowns, we got this thing locked down, that's when you know you're playing well.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. The Raiders at 8-2 on the year. And they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine getting ready for the postseason. Winners at 8 of their last 10.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 10. Throwing again. Spicer. Complete here. It's high. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Spicer. The throw right side here going to be incomplete. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 19-yard line.
Morgan. Throw left side complete. That's Fowler. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Throwing now is Morgan. This will wind up a loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And taken right on the 30. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Spicer. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. I was waiting for them to get there first because the momentum they carry from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long. And this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offensive line is going to have to ask for help. Tight end has to stay in. If you use a fullback, keep him in. Make sure you have extra people to try and keep your quarterback upright. Didn't work on that play.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. A tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Back to throw. Spicer. He'll hit Jackson. Complete. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Throwing from the gun is Morgan. That's to the sideline and incomplete. And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sand.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And he fields it cleanly. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. So here are the Raiders now to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
On 1st down, Spicer. He'll drop this down to Jackson. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw. Spicer. Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. He might be being set up here for a busy ball game already. 2 kicks here in the 1st quarter, and he's knocked both through the posts.
And for now, you know they'll be happy getting those 3 points, but what they really want is to find a way for him to kick extra points instead of field goals.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. Still in the 1st half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
As always, no rooting interest here, but that was pretty, wasn't it? To see him break through and then pick up his stride.
Yeah, the guy carrying the ball loves it. I think the O-line, they might like and taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Raiders offense coming back out onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
The numbers for Jackson in last week's game: 20 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
Oh, it's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Morgan. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now they go screen. It's complete. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Las Vegas sending out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Morgan looks to throw it. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. 23 yards the pickup there.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there, because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Fowler, and he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They run the counter. Fowler. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. And the Raiders have got him. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out, because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Throwing to start the drive. Spicer got his man complete over the middle. That's Cohen. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Spicer. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They run on 1st down with Jackson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They'll run again with Jackson. And this defense not ready for that one, as he'll take this down inside the 25. That good for 19 on a 1st down.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Throwing on 1st down. Spicer. Right side caught by Jackson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
The offense on third down tonight, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. Dobbs. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
And his kick here is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Shepard now from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Morgan. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Spicer. That is caught by Cohen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers 35. That's good for 28 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defense.
Toward the sideline, intercepted. And the Panthers are going to have it here just past the 25. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
First down, Morgan with it. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Morgan off of play action. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 41-yard line. Now Morgan. To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Morgan's throw hauled in by Washington. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where you see the final score there. 28-3, the final score. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Tennessee Titans. The Cowboys take another big step towards playing January football as they improve their record to 8-4 with the W. And one final game to highlight. It's Monday Night Football, and they've got a good one this week between the Minnesota Vikings and the Jacksonville Jaguars. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And the half will begin with a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Spicer. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Off play action. Spicer. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd down and 4. Back to throw again. Looking middle, and that's complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he completes it to Cohen. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. They'll look to throw again. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. They run with Jackson out of the gun. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. On the draw, it's Jackson. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. His throw incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage. That's all. Here's 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Spicer. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. We'll try for 3. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will make this a 9-point lead. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Through the middle of the field. And down to the 28-yard line. 133 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To about the 26 here.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete. Set to throw is Morgan. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And this one is right down Broadway.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But we also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They run again with Jackson. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trait in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his 2nd drop, indeed, not a good look. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had nowhere to go. Here he lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Following the fumble recovery, Spicer. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down. Now a give. It's It's Jackson. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. We'll try for 3. This from 25 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On second down now, it's Fowler. And this is going to be a Panthers first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, second down. Ball on the 39. Here's a 2nd and 7. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. Throwing now is Morgan. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The offense on third down tonight, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 2nd and 7. Morgan. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Here's Morgan to throw. And that is incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun. Spicer. It's caught by Jackson. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. A gain of 5. Good enough for the first down. Looking to throw. Spicer firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
He's just not at his focus in this game. It's not one drop. It's not two. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. Now here's a throw. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. On the give, here comes Jackson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 2 running plays go backwards. So what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? On the draw, here's Jackson. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points. I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game even with the 2 points there. But let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
On the return is Cohen. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Spicer, complete here, it's high. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down. They'll run it with Jackson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at their 49.
Again, it's Jackson as they'll stay on the ground. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers about ready to take over. Remember, they had the safety go against them the last time they had it. Fortunately, their defense just forced the punt, so they'll try again as they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Morgan. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Morgan. And the Raiders have got him. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. Third down. Throwing from the gun is Morgan. Under pressure, and they got to him again. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
They go play action here on 1st down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the...
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, yeah, give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. On 1st and 10, it's Morgan. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
From the gun, it's Morgan. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's Morgan as he'll try and throw for it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Morgan sets up to throw on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Washington. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up 2nd down. Morgan looks to throw it. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. And now the rookie's free. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Jackson. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 63 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run with Jackson. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Jackson. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal.